can't be no suit. Like, nigga suited and booted whooping your ass with this big ass clean white jacket on.
I will say that nigga Kizaru, that nigga be in that yellow suit.
Kicking niggas ass, looking clean.
When a man learns to feel love, he must also bear the risk of feeling hate.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Redacts show. I'm your host, Feeq or Feeq, with my co-host, my other host.
It's co-host Dana in the middle, man. We'll go back to listen to us on for another week break, you know what I'm saying? Back to recharge, rekindle, and
rekindle.
I don't know what I'm saying.
That's
I'm just
crazy.
saying a lot of words that's right. But I appreciate y'all for coming back to the episode. And this one, we just not gonna waste no time. You know, we're gonna get straight to it. So how you been? You been Feeq? Been good?
Been good, man. What happened? Finally got all my programs for work, so I can finally start doing my job fully. Because I was missing like 2 or 3 programs we need to do stuff with candidates. So finally got that. Work is still good, man. They taking us out this week on Tuesday. They're taking us out somewhere.
Oh,
I said, ooh.
Did they tell y'all where or not yet?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
It's I'll tell you after this.
Got you.
Yeah, it's not no crazy restaurant though, but it's a cool place. But
you know that Wagyu.
I wish. Nah, bro. The first time they took us out, I'm not gonna lie, they was like, "Yeah, everything's is gonna be on the company card." I said, "Nigga, I want this way." I ordered food for the next day.
Nah, that's how you got to do it. I remember my internship I'm at right now. It was last year towards like in December, and they have like this big, holiday party. So like that Friday before the party, like our boss in our department, took us out to, I guess, a lunch at Fogo, and it was just it was paid for. Everything was under the company card. And I was like, shit, my shit stayed on green. It really stayed on red till it was like the end. And even then, I wasn't even trying to pig out for real.
Yeah.
But it's like I've been around these people for basically damn near a year, so they're like, they already know who I am. Or do they?
The world may never know. But yeah, besides that, work has been good. Social life been good. Everything just been pretty good. Some stuff could be a lot better, but everything else overall, it's been like 85.
Yeah, man, I definitely feel that in terms of me. I've been doing good too. School is coming to an end, and the more I think about it, I feel like the more I think about it, the faster it starts approaching, because it's already March and
that shit done in like 2 months. Really, a month and a month.
A month and a half. It's like my classes aren't hard. I'm only taking 2 classes. They're both project based, like group project based, and we're doing good at that. Yeah. But that's been doing good. Class has been all right. Definitely been on the apartment and car hunt. I feel like I definitely know the car I want. It's just a matter of getting it.
Yeah, that Maserati, that BMW i8. Hey man,
sure, we'll go with
this
that.
Man, what y'all don't know is by this time next year, Dana about to be driving a Bentley.
No, the hell I'm not. Hell no. But just on that, and definitely been starting a lot of new shows. Well, I've been watching a lot of different shows. One of the shows I finished, because I was on like a long, old school cartoon binge. So I was watching like Static Shock. I started that last month. It's like a Black History Month
Okay.
show for me. You know, still on the first season, but you know, that's good. And then I finished Spider-Man the animated series, like the old, I guess, like 90s one.
Oh, the one where it's with all the random clips that be on Twitter. That
Yeah,
one.
like the clip of the meme with Mary Jane. Yeah, I saw the episode. That shit had me dying laughing.
Bruh.
It was because it was sad, and I guess fuck spoilers for that
spoilers.
show.
That show came out before people was born.
In that, I think it was like the end of season 3 or season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Jane, like, was so like the Green Goblin came and Mary Jane, like the final battle of that season was like Spider-Man, the Green Goblin, and somehow Mary Jane ended up like in the bridge, like I guess in the area, over there. And earlier that season they introduced the Polka Dot Man, and just like a quick like character recap. The Polka Dot Man, he's basically this person who can travel interdimensionally through the use of his portals. So he makes this portal device that can take you to any dimension. And basically, long story short, at the end of that battle, Green Goblin he dies, quote unquote. I'm using air quotations because he ends up coming back in the next season. Mm-hmm. But he dies, so we all think he goes in the portal. Yeah. But Mary Jane ends up in the portal too, because the portal the portal machine kind of started getting out of control, and then it was just sucking everything in. Pause. Mm-hmm. But so it got.
I was about to make a comment.
But it got Green Goblin in there, and then obviously Mary Jane had to be in there. And Spider-Man tried to save her. She got sucked in.
Is that the clip where he's like, no, where he reaches for the smoke? That's not.
No, not that. Ain't that one. Okay. That's the one where she melted. I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So next season comes, Mary Jane. Yes, okay. It was the end of season 4 and then the beginning of season 5. Mary Jane comes back. Mm-hmm. She comes back. They get married. And all that stuff. Fast forward, this is a supply that really don't matter. But earlier in there, they reveal that Mary Jane is a clone. Like that Mary Jane that came back is a clone. Oh shit! So she is like, wait, I'm not the real Mary Jane, because she starts getting powers, and then she gets like powers of this dude. Like, I think his name is like Hydro Man, because Hydro Man in the show had like a fat ass crush on Mary Jane, like in the earlier seasons. So come back, Spider-Man fighting I forgot who the scientist's name was that made the clone, because he ends up making like because they introduced Ben Reilly later on in that season. Mm-hmm. And then because we get like not a bunch, but like 2 Spider-Verse episodes, and even 2 episodes before that, it was like a Secret Wars episode where they had very interesting selection of heroes for the Secret Wars, because they had all the Fantastic Four, Captain America, and Storm, like out of all the X-Men. I was like, okay, this must have been like a popularity vote, because I mean, no shade on Storm.
Hey, bro. Hey. No
shade on Storm. But Storm over
tread lightly, man.
I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. I just thought that was very interesting.
Storm over Wolverine.
I just thought that was very interesting. But no, I mean, Wolverine really wasn't gonna do that. I was thinking like over Professor X, like, that was just my thing. But that was just that for the heroes. And then they had Black Cat, and I can't remember who else, but they had Dr. Doom, like for the villains. Like, so they introduced the Beyonder, and the Beyonder was like, I want to test to see what's the good, like the strength of good and evil on this world. So I'm gonna have you on this random planet, and I want y'all to. With this random planet that has never known peace. I mean, that has never known evil. And I'm going to put these bad guys there and create some shit. And I want to see how the good prevails.
That nigga's evil. That nigga said, hey, this neighborhood over here that's fully happy, everybody knows each other, I'm about to put the worst niggas on earth here.
Right. So we had Doc Ock, the Lizard, Dr. Doom, and Red Skull there, and I think someone else.
Red Skull? That's crazy.
Like, basically the worst villain that they showed in there. And Smite. Smite. They had them there. So, all that's happening. But back to the Mary Jane shit.
Yeah.
So before all that, because I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but before all that, they introduced Mary Jane as a clone, and she gets like the Hydro Man's powers. Fast forward to the end of that fight scene, you know, the scientist labs breaks down, water's coming in, but like it's starting to get hot, and the water, the Hydro Man is evaporating, and so is Mary Jane, and Spider-Man can't save her. Can't save her. So that's when Mary Jane is getting, it's actually very sad. Like if you watch that, because you could hear like the hurt in his voice. And he was like, if I'm anything like the mere Mary Jane and have her memories, then I know she would love you. She loves you more than anything, Peter. And the rest is history at this point. Like she vapors away and you hear a blood curdling scream from Peter. And then that nigga just goes ape shit crazy. But I think because he was about to just stay there as the lab is like being overrun with water. And then I think someone saved him. I can't remember who, but someone saved him. And yeah, that's how they led into the Secret Wars episodes and then the Spider-Verse episodes. I guess like, so another interesting thing, and I want to get your take on this, in that when you found it.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the clip.
No, you good.
Because hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. Wait, y'all listen to this.
Before I go, I want you to know just one thing. If any part of me is anything like the real Mary Jane Watson, she loves Peter Parker more than anything in the world. Or anything.
That is a sad scene.
That scene was sad, but it's just the way that how that's memeified and just
because I've seen that meme. Somebody on Twitter one time said, "When I lose, when I fumble my best eater." No.
Yes, but that's a meme that will never die down. But one thing, so I want to get your take on it. So in that, in the Secret Wars section of that final season, they had Spider-Man. They made Spider-Man the leader of that team. And there was rumors going around. Also, speaking of that, I've been hearing some of y'all talking shit about my rumors, saying that I just be saying rumors and don't be thinking the shit.
He said, they said Dana, they said you don't come with sources. They said you worse than politicians. They said Dana come over here and be like, hey man, I heard this.
But it's rumors everybody hearing though.
Yeah.
So this is what I heard. I was going around saying that Spider-Man is supposed to be like the main lead in I think Avengers,
like Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, the Avengers Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars movie. And so a lot of people, I guess, were thinking like, oh, will he be like the leader of the the leader of the Avengers in those movies? First of all, I think no, it should. And it's going to be like Sam Wilson. It makes no sense. But I saw this one video where they were saying like it could be like he could be how Thor was in Endgame in Infinity War, like how he kind of was like that main lead on that journey.
Yeah, he was kind of like the biggest force,
right? Like he was like a turning tide in the war. So I think that's what Spider-Man is gonna be. Because I also heard, I didn't hear this, but I'm thinking if that's the case, they probably did, like Marvel and Sony may have worked out some like deal to where I guess they're giving more of the rights to Spider-Man. Like they're giving more of the Spider-Man rights to Marvel, like Marvel Studios and not so Sony, which, that's good. Because
very good.
Sony does not know what they're doing. Like
they don't know how to use them villains.
They're still hell bent on this Sinister Six anti-hero film.
Shit, they making Venom 2, or supposedly.
Yeah, they're supposed to be making Venom 3
or 3. Yeah, 3.
And then that Craven movie is still supposed to be coming out.
I ain't trying to watch that shit. I'm gonna watch it
sometime this year though.
They ain't drop a trailer for it. It ain't coming out. Or it probably will because. You know how they are.
Yeah. And then they have that Madam Web movie.
And they got old girl from Euphoria that's supposed to play.
Yeah,
it.
that's
I don't remember her
play
name.
it in there. And so yeah, I heard that, and I just want to get your take on.
Is he be the leader? I think he could. I think he can lead part of the team. I don't think. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't think they'll throw him as a leader, but I don't know if they would kind of want him as a leader for Kang Dynasty. I can see him as a leader for Secret Wars, kind of more so. But even in Secret Wars, if you introduce the Fantastic Four and all them, I think it will transfer to like Reed Richards or somebody, and then use him how they did in the comics. Like he showed up. It was either him, it was either Peter or Miles was stuck on that ship when it went to Battle World. I don't remember who. I think it was Peter.
I think it was Miles.
Was it Miles? It was one of them,
Miles.
but I can't remember off the top of my head. So I think he may be like what you said, more of a plot device as like a change in
like a
the
change
war.
in tide in the war and stuff, like a main force, like Thor was in Infinity War and Endgame.
Because you can also, because even when it comes to like Secret Invasion and all that stuff, even though I doubt he'll be in that show, highly doubt he'll be in that show, but when it comes to Kang Dynasty, if they still are using scrolls and all that stuff throughout these movies, you can say, well, if his Spidey senses go off, he knows it's a scroll or some shit. That could be like a plot device they plug into him. So
Maybe
I can see him being a big role in these things.
Yeah. Main role, yes. Leader of the Avengers, no.
Yeah.
But I think that's just people trying to like find this new MCU face, because we had Robert Downey Jr. for a long time, and like now that he's technically like pseudo dead in the Marvel universe, and so
honestly, I don't think they'll. I'm not gonna say I don't think they'll have another leader anytime soon, but I don't see anybody leading
the Avengers.
It's weird.
It's Sam. It's gonna be Captain America.
I think it can be, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, he will be the leader more than likely, but at the same time, I just got to see that dynamic in the film.
I hear you.
But he more than likely will be the leader,
like the leader of the Avengers. Like that's what it's setting up anyway. My main issue is like, how is
he about to be fighting these galactic
exactly, like
niggas?
How are we going to turn from him? Basically, like, how are we going to turn from New World Order into this Kang Dynasty?
Yeah.
Like, at the end, it's going to be like, the timeline's collapsing. Fuck all this super soldier shit. You got to fight Kang.
Like, and what? Thunderbolts too.
Right. So, like, how does Kang and the Thunderbolts? Because Secret Wars, everybody and their mama is going to be in that movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is that going to tie into Secret Wars? I don't know. They'll find a way. But so I guess back to when I was watching, I finished that, and it kind of made me think on those rumors that I was hearing, and then I started X-Men the animated series, because I want to. I remember watching that growing up as a kid, but I remember watching Spider-Man the animated series more. So I want to watch that. I guess rewatch that fully, like by the time X-Men 97 comes out. So that way I'm kind of on track with what's going on. I'm on the first season right now. First season's, pretty good. I mean, it's kind of slow, but it's really just setting up like the idea of the X-Men and mutants. Like they've really introduced like the main groups. Like they introduced Jubilee, Cyclops, Wolverine, obviously, Professor X and Magneto, introduce those guys, like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and different things like that. So it's really just setting up that background. But I know once it gets to them later seasons, that's when it's going to start diving into bigger villains like Apocalypse and even like Days of Future Past and all that stuff.
The Sentinels.
Yeah, well, they already introduced the Sentinels like first episode.
God damn.
Because the first episode was about the mutant control, I think, authority. Yeah, mutant control authority or something like that. And it's basically like this program that gets people to sign up mutants so that mutants can get help. I'm using air quotation marks.
They're registering.
Yeah, they're registering the mutants so that way they can send these niggas the information so the Sentinels can go out and get them. So that's what. So it introduces the first episode. It introduces Jubilee. She's adopted, and her adopted parents sign her, like register her under that mutant control, I guess, authority, whatever. Yeah. So she goes to the mall, and these Sentinels basically pull up on her, trying to like abduct her. Basically,
imagine that shit, bro.
And these things are huge.
Yeah,
these are huge ass robots.
Like 2 stories,
2 stories minimum. And they just walking around like in this big ass mall trying to get Jubilee. And then the X-Men pull up, fighting her. But it's like the X-Men, the Sentinels don't register like who the X-Men are because they're not in their database. So like those first 2 episodes is about the X-Men going into that mutant control authority base and like erasing the database.
Okay.
So that's what they do. And then get Jubilee back. And then one of the niggas dies. Like one of the niggas on the team dies in that movie. I'm like, damn, they just introduced them.
The first episode?
Well, second. Actually, yeah. It was like first or second episode. This nigga named Morph.
Oh, shit.
Morph. Yeah, so he died. Spoiler alert. It's only, you only go see it for 1 episode.
This shit came out before we was born, bro.
I'm thinking like, okay, I mean, because he basically, when it seemed like, had the same powers as Mystique. Like he could change into anybody.
Okay.
He died. I was like, damn. So I guess we can Mystique next. Nah, but the episode I'm on now is like Magneto's becoming more of a problem. And they are just trying to like stop him from basically being a global mutant terrorist. Because it was one episode he had the government release their nukes in the sky, and they actually did, but Storm basically redirected them and used her electricity to short circuit the missiles so they don't explode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So long story short, that's what I'm watching right now. Watching The Mandalorian season 3, and I rewatched a lot of the Marvel X-Men movies. So I just kind of been on, I guess, like an X-Men binge. So I watched the Wolverine last week. Oh, not last week, like a few days ago. And that movie really wasn't that bad.
The Wolverine, that was the one when he was in like Japan or whatever,
yes,
right?
That's when they introduced Mirko and the Silver Samurai and all them. I think the confusing thing was just like when I first seen it, I was like, when was this taking place? And now we know it's after X-Men 3 Last Stand, because it introduced Jean, and he's still like grieving over her death.
That man really stole Cyclops' girl.
The nigga. After he died in that last one, he was like, hey, I'm in here. Fuck that other nigga. I'm going to step up.
be the stepdad that stepped up.
So I watched those, and then watched Apocalypse again. Who was it? Bad. Saw X-Men Dark Phoenix. That was bad. That's a bad movie.
Dark Phoenix was... Did I watch Dark Phoenix? It was one after Dark Phoenix, right? Wasn't it one after?
New Mutants. That is bad.
That hoe is
That is a terrible movie.
That hoe is so bad, bro. When I tell you, I watched it a few years back. I think when it hit HBO or whatever streaming. I was like, oh, this is a mutant movie. In my mind, I already knew it was gonna be bad. Well, I knew it was gonna be kind of bad. I didn't think it was gonna be terrible. Mm-hmm. I was watching. I said, "Oh no, this is pretty bad."
Is terrible. Like, I don't want nothing about that movie. I want to carry over.
Nothing from that movie made me like any of the characters.
Like the only one I really liked,
the one dude
was Ilyana Rasputin, Like she was really the only cool. That was one.
Was that the one with the
sword
knight,
and
the night
yeah.
power or whatever, or sword?
Yeah, she can teleport basically when I go through interdimension.
Yeah.
And had the dragon.
Yeah, her character was cool, and then it
Outside
was
of that,
didn't one dude burst into flames?
yeah, his name was he was like a Brazilian guy.
He was all right, but everybody else, I was like,
He kind of sucked.
I'm biased to people that use fire.
Even Arya Stark couldn't save that movie.
Yeah, that shit was definitely dog water. Cause I remember when they advertised it or trailer, they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be like a horror movie," but the mutants. Exactly. I said, "This is not horror. This is just bad."
It was. And they truly tried to just use a lot of jump scares because the main villain of the movie is this.
I don't even remember.
It was basically this bear.
Yeah, but
it was a bear. But the bear, I believe, was from the bear was created by one of the mutants there.
Yeah, wasn't it Arya? No,
it was.
It was
Dan. It was something with a D. I think it was like Danny or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a manifestation of her fears, and she could create manifestations of other people's fears.
Yeah.
So she obviously none of them knew how to control their powers yet. So that really was the point of the whole movie. Yeah. And that wasn't good. Dark Phoenix was not good. What other one did I rewatch? Days of Future Past. Excuse me. I've seen that movie a good maybe 5 times now. And I still don't get tired of it. That movie was amazing. That movie was good. That's probably one of the best X-Men movies outside of Logan that have come from that Fox universe. I still haven't watched rewatched Future Class. That's one I want to watch. It's just not on Disney Plus yet. So I'll probably watch that somewhere. That one was good. Apocalypse wasn't bad. The only thing that was kind of iggy was just how Apocalypse looked.
Yeah.
That really honestly was the only thing I had a problem with.
I think with me, it was how he looked, and then they made him kind of like a hairdresser. Because he kind of him upgrading them just changed how they hair. I was like, all right, bro. I still think though the best scene in that whole is when he told Magneto to grab the Earth.
Yes.
And he was at Auschwitz or whatever. I don't remember what specific camp it was, but he started tearing up the ground. That was crazy. That may be one of the best shots from a X-Men movie I've ever seen, still to this day.
I agree. It's out of those, and when Silver Surfer showed up and was breaking them, when he was breaking Magneto out of prison, and he was with Wolverine and all them.
Oh, Quicksilver, yeah.
That was a real good shot scene. But yeah, and then another movie I want to watch that I know isn't really good is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I know I've watched it. I haven't watched it in a minute, but I want to rewatch that movie.
The concept for the movie was good.
Right.
The execution was meh.
Yeah. You got Will.I.am in that bitch.
He was in that. They went to go see who was Blob, I believe.
Yeah, the Blob.
They turned fucking Wade Wilson into a mute. Gambit was in that hole. Was
Sabretooth was in there.
Yeah, because they fought at the end.
He was good. The only thing I really remember about that movie was just Wolverine yelling Victor. It seemed like he yelled that shit all the time. Victor.
Yeah.
No, but that movie was good. Really most of the X-Men Fox Universe movies I've seen already. It's just First Class and X-Men Origins I want to rewatch. And then I guess I'll complete my mutant rewatch outside of X-Men animated series. But yeah, I've been watching that. Bad Batch, I'm still watching that. That's starting to pick up. That's getting really good. Mm-hmm. A lot of it was this last episode that they did was really good. Because a lot of it is just kind of filler, and it's good, but it's when it's really starting to add to the main plot, that's when it's like, oh shit, like it's starting to pick up.
Yeah.
Like one of the episodes, they show like this big like main character, and then I was like, oh shit, like he's here, like he exists. But yeah, so Bad Batch is going strong, and yeah, that's mainly all I've been watching right now. What about you? I feel like we've been going on my list for like a good 40 minutes. So
Nah, you good. You're gonna be sorry. What have I been watching? Nothing. Nah, I'm joking. The most immediate thing. Watched the Attack on Titan special episode that came out. My God.
How long is the episode?
Hour long.
Damn.
And we gotta wait 5 more months for the next episode to come out. Well, the ending.
What?
So really, and I tweeted this when they said like they're doing another part. Like last year, they was like, "Oh yeah, next year is gonna be like the last part we release." I said, "Just release it as a movie," because I know you probably gonna make it like an hour 30, maybe 2, if you stretch the stuff. And I haven't read, but that's what I thought. I was like, it could be like 2 hours, maybe an hour 45. That episode was an hour. They was like, "Yeah, you gotta wait till the fall to watch the final piece that ends out the entire story." I was so angry because that episode. It was so much shit happening in there. I feel like an addict. I was craving more because, well, you're watching Attack on Titan.
I'm watching it right now. I'm still on season 3 right now, like making it through.
Yeah,
that at the early parts. The Beast Titan still hasn't done no shit yet. They're still just fighting like Kenny's
group. Oh, so you saw the Beast Titan that first episode.
Yeah, I know what that is. I know he that nigga right now.
Yeah, so this episode it just made me think more about this plot, and I was talking to some of my friends about it. One of them, he's read it all. The other one, me and him, we haven't read it. So we were just talking about like what this could mean with the story. There's a certain character you're gonna meet in the quote unquote last season, because it's not the last fucking season, but the quote unquote last season. And I was like, I think this person is the plot device, bro. And I was really trying to break it down. And in my mind, I was like, it makes so much sense that this, I can't say the person's name, but that this one individual is the plot device. And it was just so stressful thinking about it. But all in all, Attack on Titan, that's one of the best. Still right now, that I don't think anything will top that as my number one. For the rest of my life, I don't think anything will top that.
Ijoma gets on me to this day because she's caught up. Cam, everybody I know.
Yeah, Cam caught up because he texted. Yeah, he texted me after he watched it. He texted me after he watched it.
Yeah, that's doing good. Yeah, I'm still making my way.
Yeah.
Hopefully by I guess the final part, I'll be caught up.
You got 5 months to catch up.
I got 5 months. If I don't make it, then I really suck. Like I legitimately suck if I don't do it. And it came out on Hulu, right? Or you watched it on Crunchyroll?
But it should be on Hulu.
It probably on. It actually is on Hulu because I know Ijoma watched it on there, and Cam did too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Really, all I gotta say is Aaron has done nothing wrong. It was one thing he did. It was one thing he did that they showed in this latest special. I said, "Damn, ooh, I don't know if I can still support you, bro." But I'm still staying in there, man. And I will say, it's a character you haven't met him yet. I'm just gonna say his name, Flock. This, for people that watch Attack on Titan, knows who I'm talking about. Flock got to be the most loyal character I've ever seen in any show in my life. And everybody who's watched knows why. You know why. But he has to be the most loyal nigga. If you want to ride or die, Flock is that nigga, bro. If you want somebody that's 10 toes down for whatever you do, Flock is hell, bro. I ain't never I ain't never seen a more loyal nigga in my life, bro.
Nah, that's actually funny.
Yeah, but I'm watching Attack on Titan. Or the anime. I'm behind on Blue Lock by an episode.
Yeah, I think me and Ijoma are behind by maybe a couple.
Yeah. Have y'all seen? Oh my bad.
No, what you about to say?
I was gonna say, have y'all seen Borrow?
We saw that. The last episode we saw was when he was looking defeated because
Isagi told him to pass the fucking ball.
Yeah, pass the ball, bitch. Pass the ball, and he was like, "No, I'm supposed to be having a whole midlife crisis in the middle of the fucking game."
And then did y'all see him turn up?
No. I think the episode ended right.
It did. Yeah, that episode
ended right when he did.
Yeah,
so
because it's like he called him a fucking donkey.
Yes,
he said.
I was like, damn.
He said, don't get in my fucking way, donkey.
Right, that was the episode you told me about where he was like, yeah, he reminded everybody who showed us his nigga.
I said, that nigga, it's like he said, don't get it twisted. Y'all cool, but I'm the MC, bitch.
Yeah, this is my show.
Nah, it's like he is a dog, bro. It's like he's him.
Yeah. Yeah, he going crazy. We're still watching My Hero as well.
Okay, yeah.
I have on the the vigilante part where he fought the lady who was a sniper.
Oh,
and
Lady Nagant, whatever.
And how she
I watched it all.
Died.
Yeah. Spoiler, we're sorry, but she got blown up.
That was so crazy because I'm like, damn. Because when she fell and then when they were talking, and I was like, wait a minute, why is she about to die? And then it showed the flashback of All for One saying, oh yeah, I put an insurance policy in your ass in case you do some dumb shit.
What you realize, bro, with this, All for One is one of the most diabolical niggas.
Diabolical. Like, he don't give a fuck about nobody. He really don't even care about Shigaraki ass.
He don't care about Shigaraki.
Don't care about
I'll tell you that now. He don't. Nigga, where we are in the story right now, he don't give a fuck. But I will say, somebody had talked about it I saw a TikTok. They were talking about villain themes. That nigga's theme...
Oh, like
is hard, yeah. His theme is. I was like, when I thought about it, this hoe is very menacing because it's like some opera. Like it sounds like death is at your door.
Because it is
literally. So, but yeah, I've been reading My Hero though. I didn't read the latest chapter, but hold on, let me see this. I got the theme right here, like. Just imagine you fighting a nigga and then you hear this as he appears to you.
Your whole life is zapped. Yeah. Like every time that shit play on, it's like when fucking goddamn Uncle Ruckus show up in the damn show. It's like, oh shit. it's like that.
Yeah. So watching that. I haven't been watching One Piece. I've been letting the episodes build up because I read.
I'm still like 20 episodes behind.
Yeah. I'm really waiting till May because that's when something's supposed to get animated. Supposedly. So around May is when shit's supposed to get animated.
Like Gear 5?
Yeah.
Let me start picking up.
Because right now they're still boxing on the roof. But where they are right now, yeah, it looks like if it's not, it should be May.
Yeah, it should be that last fight because now everyone's fighting like the captain and the two wingmen. So
yeah.
Zoro's fighting
King,
and then
Sanji's fighting Queen,
and then Luffy's back fighting
Kaido,
and then they obviously Odin is not Odin. Yeah, Momonosuke's aged up now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've seen like clips of that, like not clips, like pictures of that animated. Oh
no, that I'll tell you this: the last so come back in the next 2 minutes. From when Momonosuke flew back up there, and like 4 episodes before that, and then all the way to now, it's been like movie style animation. That shit been crazy. Cause I've only been seeing the clips. I was like, I'm not gonna watch the full episodes until they catch up. I just want to binge like 10 in a row.
I agree. Cause them special episodes be pissing me off.
That's one thing about One Piece. I hate when they do the special. I know why they do it, because they're like, well, nigga, we need time to animate some more stuff. So you're gonna get this special episode that's just a recap of a voice actor talking.
I'm glad I stopped on a special episode, so that way when I get back, it's gonna catch me up all the way to where I'm at right now. I'm like, okay, it's a good strategy, it's a good buffer. But yeah, it's getting. I know it's getting crazy, and I'm just salivating at the mouth to when Gear 5 is animated. That might break the internet, especially if it comes around summertime.
Oh no, that will. It might be as crazy as when were you watching Super?
Yeah, I was watching it weekly when he went Ultra Instinct.
Nigga, that was one of the first times in my life every streaming service went down. I had to go back to the old school days of going on YouTube to watch that. Nigga, somebody was live streaming it on YouTube. It was like 30,000 people in that live stream.
It might be upwards. You said 30,000? It's definitely gonna be 50 plus.
Like in
when
that,
Luffy go Gear 5.
Yeah, because like every Crunchyroll was down. I forgot, like wherever else it was streaming like live, like they dropped the episode on all those websites was down. Niggas was on YouTube. That hoe was like 480p. We was in that bitch turn. I felt like I was in middle school again watching anime or some shit.
Nah, if that's how it was for Ultra Instinct, I think Luffy Gear 5,
it might break the internet.
It's going to break the internet.
Cause well, I don't know if you know, but apparently, this one page reported, that's like an anime news style page. They reported that Toei Animation talked to Warner Brothers about getting help with a episode, quote unquote, like helping them animate an episode, and everybody's like, it's probably the Gear 5 episodes, because certain animations Gear 5 does correlates to stuff Warner Brothers and projects they do. I'm not gonna go too much, because
I know what you're talking about, but
definitely some certain stuff that they have, it can tie into that. So they were like, if they help animate it, they get clearances for some of that stuff. Oh, that shit.
I'm telling you, breaking the internet. Yeah. Then you're gonna have fucking Ultra Instinct Shaggy versus Gear 5 Luffy. Who winning that? Next, I'm gonna tell you, Joe, I'm gonna tweet that, and we need y'all votes on that. Who would win, Ultra Instinct Shaggy or Gear 5 Luffy? Y'all let us know. But yeah, dog.
Yeah. So One Piece. Outside of that, for anime, I've watched this one called Revenger. It's animated pretty good. It's really just like it's kind of like something I just watched, kind of just chill, turn my brain off. The story not too deep, well, at least right now. But pretty much the premise is this dude that's a samurai, he ends up killing some people, so he feels like he's like dishonored or whatever. But then he starts working with this group. Pretty much, you can just say they're assassins, but pretty much they take on jobs of where if you bite this gold coin, that's considered payment, and then they will take on the job of killing who you want them to. So they're called Revengers. So that's the only other anime I've really been watching. Outside of that, been watching The Last of Us. That hoe.
Yeah, me and Nijoma still need to get on that.
Yeah.
Because we only really watched that first episode.
Yeah. I've been invested in that story. Because I didn't, for full disclosure, I did not play those games. I've seen walkthroughs up to certain points, but everything I'm watching in the show is new to me. So it's been some scenes in that hoe I legit was like distraught. I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
yeah, I've been hearing that some certain episodes are like going crazy, like crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, me and Joe need to get on that.
Yeah. It's definitely like I won't say tear jerking style, but it's definitely like some shit. There's certain stuff will happen to certain people in there, and you would just feel your chest hurt. You're like, damn, bro.
That reminds me, you know what other show me and Nijoma finished?
What?
Velma. We finished Velma like a couple weeks ago. We finished it so y'all didn't have to.
Oh, I wasn't going to.
Good.
Trust me.
The only reason I was kind of holding that hope was like they just showed like some Easter egg of a dog. No, I'm telling you right now, there's no Scooby. Do not go into this show thinking Scooby or any sort of dog
is in here. That's
is
all.
in here. Don't go in here thinking that they're going to show any sort of respect to the IP. They will not. Like, it's literally the whole, like, a literally 10 to 11 episode season of them basically shitting on the Scooby-Doo IP. Like, that's literally what it is. And making fun of themselves.
Yeah. Ain't it? Because I remember when I was over at your crib, I had to watch I think we watched maybe one or two. And I think I asked you and Joma this, but ain't it pretty much like just her retelling how she grew up, but using the Scooby-Doo characters? Or almost like, let me not say retelling how she grew up, but kind of like, I guess using, I don't even know if I can say scenarios of her life, but just weird scenarios, but just with the Scooby-Doo characters.
So, from what me and Ijoma got from the season, basically, so her mom was gone. They thought she died, but she was like, Velma was like, no, like, she's still around. I gotta find my mom. So basically, like, the whole, she's going around finding, like, the mystery is trying to figure out where her mom is at. And it's just uncovering, like, different secrets of Crystal Cove, involving characters like Norville. His name ain't even fucking Shaggy. It's Norville. Norville. Fred, who's a fucking himbo. Daphne, and
that's it, right?
Yeah, that's everybody. Fred, Shaggy, Daphne, and Velma. Yeah, it's really just them four, like, in it in some way. And yeah, it's just her going around, and some of it is just bad jokes, like her playing on how, like, ugly and unwanting she is, and because she's supposed to be brown, and it's like she's using that as a way to, like, just shit on herself. And I'm not a fan of Minnie Kaling. Like, I don't watch her stuff because I just don't think the shit funny. But it's just like, I can see why it's like she's like a very bad influence on the brown community because of shit like that. And like, it's the show is just so bad, but it's like me and Joe were at a point where it's like, shit, we this far now, you might as well finish this bitch.
Yeah.
So we were watching it weekly. It was just like a good bad binge.
Yeah. It's like something you turn on that's filler noise.
Right.
But like you're watching it, but you're just like, I know I'm not gonna retain or respect this.
And honestly, the idea of it is good. Like, if they could have took this idea and maybe made it like, I guess, a more mature rated show, like a more mature rated show, with the same animation style, but it was just like the writing was just so bad. It was so bad that it is like the jokes were terrible. It was like, it was just one of the things we just had on, and it was just like, oh my gosh. But we still watched it.
We appreciate
you're
y'all.
part of the problem, and I'm pretty sure
we're part of the problem. It's crazy.
I'm pretty sure it's getting a next season. Well, I'm not pretty sure, but I would not be surprised.
I think they did say it's getting next season, just because all them, everybody hate watched.
We're the problem.
Shit,
you can blame us.
You the problem. I ain't watched that shit.
You can blame us. We didn't really even hate watching. We were just kind of watching it.
It was like
mind-numbing. Found ourselves, it literally was just mind-numbing TV. And definitely found ourselves finishing that whole show. But yeah, we finished that. The ending day revealed the mystery, because it was a killer going around, like, killing pretty girls and, like, taking their brains, like cutting their head open and taking their brain out. Mm-hmm. And they're like, who's killing all these pretty girls? And they found out who it was, and that's like, it was uncovering, like, different like organizations that were back then. Apparently there was like a Scooby initiative, like Scooby with an I, and it was a joke in there because Velma, like, someone told Velma about the shit, and she was like, "What did Scooby do?" And when she said that, me and Joma did like the most like the loudest like grunting and cringing. We were like, "Oh my god, there's no way they just did this."
What did the Scooby do?
Like, what did Scooby do? It was just like, oh my god, that was so cringe. But yeah, all in all, the rating is what the show deserves. It is a 3.2 out of 10. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say about this shit.
Fuck it. But yeah, outside of those, I ain't really been. I've been watching Vinland Saga.
Yes, sir. Been watching that too. Caught up. Been watching that weekly. I saw this one YouTube video where it was like comparing the different seasons. It was like season 1 was like, and it was just a clip of them going into war with like rock music in the back, and it was like season 2 would be like, and it's just like calm music, and Thorfinn is on a farm like hurting to a horse or some shit.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah, I guess we can start with that. So I kind of knew, because somebody I know reads it. There was like, when y'all get to season 2, please do not expect niggas to be fighting every episode. They're like, you may get a few fights here and there, but you are not going to be getting fights every episode.
Yeah, there's really only been like
a half a fight.
Half fights.
Yeah.
Like one where they was brawling, where they was, I guess, the farmhands, and they met
Snake in them.
Yeah, Snake. And then when Canute.
Yeah,
Canute. Yeah. Canute.
When Canute was showing that Lord or whatever.
Yeah, showing that Lord. That was cold.
I'll say that, yeah. But actually I'll say that right after this. I will say, I forgot what I was about to say. I will say, think about it, Blake.
You will say nothing.
But yeah, so Canute, that nigga is he's a menace, bro. When he was talking to that Lord or whatever, I forgot his name. When he was talking to that Lord over that what was it, Mercia?
Yeah.
He was talking to him, and he was like, you think this is enough gold? I said, hold on now. And he made that face. I said, this nigga's low key unhinged.
But it's like, you gotta think, he kind of picked up on a lot of that when he was around Askeladd.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, when
Thorkel and all them
kidnap him.
If Askeladd was, I think, escorting him, and then I think Thorkel kidnapped him after that, and then
they joined forces.
Yeah, but when he said that, and then he took that nigga outside, and he was like, "What is this? Like, why is this fire pyre here?" At first, I thought it was bodies in that hole. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. It was too. I thought it was bodies in that hole. And he was about to be like, "This is your man," and he just like burn him. But then he said that cold ass line. He was like, "This is just to let you know I could burn I can burn everything like you see to the ground and not care."
Yeah, I said that was crazy.
I said, this nigga Canute might be him.
No, he is now. He the fucking king of England. King of England.
That nigga said, "I will burn everything you see to the ground." I said, what the fuck?
I want to go back to that point you said where your friend brought up, like, don't expect this season to be like how it was last time. And, that first episode kind of set the tone for like how this was going to be. It's like, okay, it's basically, they're introducing this new character, Einar, and how he starts being real close with Thorfinn. Because we meet Thorfinn at the end of episode 1 in season 2, and he's basically a zombie.
Yeah, he's just there, going through the motions,
and lifeless.
Yeah,
empty in a way. And so I'm like, okay, from that point I was like, I don't really see a lot of fight. I don't know what fighting is gonna happen on a farm. Like, so I'm like, okay, that once I got that in my mind, I took each episode like as it was, and each episode, in my opinion, was really good. There were maybe some like slow ones, and then even when the Canute one, when he showed up, I was like, oh shit, like this is something different.
Yeah.
And you know, that was crazy. I really like the slave owner.
Because
he seemed pretty good. Yeah, Kittle. You know, I like their system that they had for him. I was like, now could you imagine that? Like, imagine a slave owner that is having slaves work for their freedom instead of just work just to work.
Yeah. No, when he first said it, I was like, he's capping. I said, he's lying.
was thinking that too. I was like, you're lying.
There's no way.
There's no way you're that nice.
And then it kind of ended with him talking about that, and then it just showed them start farming. But then when he went to the episode with the kids, and he didn't want to hit them. He was like, can't they just like do something else? I was like, he's actually nice. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also adding to your point of like changing how you thought about the show, I had saw something else. It was like people forget that season 1 of Vinland Saga is a prologue. It's like that's not the main story. That's like an introduction to Thorfinn, and then you get into the main story. That's what that's what it said.
The main saga.
Yeah, and somebody else brought this up. They said one thing about Vinland Saga, it's like a rediscovering of what being human is.
Yes.
For a person. So I guess for Thorfinn, it's like rediscovering what is it to be a regular person outside of just war all the time.
Yeah. And it's like one thing I like about this show is I feel like it depicts like trauma, you know, nightmares and just different things like that very well because, you know, it affects everyone differently. So like for Thorfinn, that's literally all he's known, like all he's done for the past
since he was 4,
5.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 is being in war
and just being a soldier out there, like a mercenary, killing any and every family. So it's like now since he really doesn't have to do that, and since Einard came, you know, Einard was like on the other side of that coin. In terms of his family was killed by Vikings. Like you saw he almost ended Thorfinn's life in his sleep. That shit was like so. That was so. I was like,
when they showed that first, when they showed him like Thorfinn screaming like in his sleep, because he was getting the visions of like all the stuff he was doing, like all the people he killed. I was like, okay, this is really in detail of like how you were saying trauma. But then when Einar came and started like choking him because he was like he kept hearing him screaming, but so that him screaming brought up Einar's own trauma of seeing his mom and sister get killed in front of him. It's like what the fuck? He's like you're not the source of my problem, but you're an indirect source because you're technically one of the people who did it to me.
Right, and it was like, you know, he could have ended his life right there. He could have ended his life right there. And, you know, just thinking about that, the visuals for the nightmares and how they keep getting more and more graphic and how it's like, you know, Thorfinn understanding like, you know, like understanding that even though he may want to die for the shit that he's done, like his mission isn't done yet.
Yeah.
And even because I'm thinking about it, you know, remember that first episode when they showed Leif Erikson trying to look for Thorfinn.
Oh yeah, his uncle.
Yeah,
or it's his uncle, right? Yeah,
I think that's his uncle. But
yeah, he was looking for him.
He was looking for him, and he saw Einard,
and he was like, and then that was another thing because he was looking for him, and then he saw Einar, and he was like, I'm sorry, like, you're not the person I'm looking for. I can't get you, so I'm sorry about that. I was like, damn. It's like, it's showing even in these weird, almost, I guess you could say unnatural situations, these weird situations, like, people steal people.
Yeah.
To say the least.
They do. Like, just that and just thinking like how lucky you gotta be to end up on a farm like that with a very easygoing slave owner. And then now that they're working with the slave owner's father, actually getting compensated for their work and, different things like that, him kind of putting them on game. And then, there he's kind of explaining, just giving them life advice and kind of helping Thorfinn tackle his trauma. Because that's really what I would say the theme of this season is. Like Thorfinn, understanding what he did was wrong and like trying to build a new life, essentially.
Exactly.
Build a new life. Because it's like, well, if all I know is killing and now I'm not doing that, then what the hell am I here for?
Exactly. And Einar kind of he touched on that too when he was after that situation with Snake and all those little like the mercenary guards over there.
Yeah.
When Thorfinn reacted, for one, because he wasn't reacting at all, but then he like that survival switch went off because he was like, oh, this is actually something that could kill me real quick. So he deflected and then he dodged, and then Snake was like, see, you do want to live, and he walked away, and then he was like, and you saw the confusion on Thorfinn's face. Thorfinn's like, I want to live. I want to live. Yeah, he was like, I want to live, and then Einar said the same thing, and he was like, don't you want to live? Like you're going through. He was pretty much saying you're going through these motions like you don't care about nothing, but you obviously are trying. You obviously should want to live because you're here.
Exactly. No, I just really like that, and I'm liking the slow build up because I don't think there's really going to be any like major fight scene, like major battles in this season. Yeah. And so I'm liking that it's a build up to the third season because again, I haven't read the book, but if it keeps up like this, I'm only thinking that season 3 is gonna be some shit.
Yeah,
like, it's gonna be some Game of Thrones. We got the dragons type shit.
Yeah, because in my mind, because I've seen I've seen a few panels from like certain stuff with Thorkel. And this one panel, I need that animated because it's low-key hilarious. But it's like he's turned up. So I'm like, I know it's going to turn up later on. So that's why I'm not like
off them shrooms or just turned up here?
No, just regular Thorkel. I'm battle crazed turned up because that nigga love fighting.
Yeah. So just that, and I'm just waiting for that, I guess, moment where we do get that reuniting with Thorfinn and Canute and Thorkel and all them, because we already know Einar gonna be there with them. Yeah, and just how that's gonna tie into the main story of them ending up in Vinland.
Yeah,
eventually.
You know what I think's gonna happen too with this season? I think because in the last few episodes, I didn't see the latest episode, but in the last episode that I watched, when Einar was talking about like the planting of the seeds and like he was like, oh, you never farmed before? And that nigga Thorfinn was like, we never had to farm. So he was like showing him how to farm and all this stuff. I think Thorfinn in a bit, it may be the end of this season or maybe the beginning next season, he's gonna show Einar how to fight. I think he's gonna teach him how to fight.
That's kind of what it's looking like. And I was thinking the same thing, because Einar, he got like raw strength. Yeah, he don't know how to fight.
He got farmhand strength. Literally, he got that. Yes. He got that throwing bales of hay, wrestling cow strength.
Yes, he does. So I think that's what's gonna happen as well.
Yeah,
like towards the end of the season, he's gonna teach them how to defend themselves, and then we may get like a time skip before season 3. And then we get like a current state of where they're at.
Yeah, because since he said like, oh yeah, we're friends, and then Thorfinn was like, friends, what the fuck? And
right.
And now Thorfinn's kind of talking more. He's kind of coming out of his shell just from the episodes I've seen.
Right.
So that's what I think. Yeah, is going towards.
Right. And then now that, because in the last episode you watched, they explained how, like, oh yeah, Canute is the king of England. So like he's about to own this stuff. I'm thinking like, okay, that might foreshadow like them possibly coming Because I'm thinking like maybe they'll go to all the farms and then they go to this one in their territory and it's like, look, here's like you may have this share with us, but like we gonna ask for more.
You know what? That could be I can actually see that happen. Because I feel like just with the way Canute acted in that one episode, I'm like, I know he gonna be asking. He gonna be not evil nigga, but I know he gonna do some shit. Because no way you show us that side of him and you not expand upon that.
Exactly. Like you don't just show that for one episode or I guess one. Yeah. Because it seemed like a chapter long episode. And for those who read it, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just saying that just off my speculation, but it's just you don't show that for like one episode and then like you say don't address it.
Yeah, and then he go back to that quiet Canute that's just like, oh yeah, this is a fight. Yeah. We passed him now. We passed him. But yeah, also the last episode, this isn't really a spoiler, but it made me remember, Askeladd dying. Because I was like, damn, he did die. Because it's been a minute since I've seen the last episode. Like the last. I was thinking about that when I was watching. I was like, did Askeladd die?
I was thinking, is he still around?
Because I rewatched, not the episode, but I rewatched like some of the clips from the last season. And I was thinking in my head, I said, did this nigga Askeladd die or did they put him in jail? So I was thinking
that because obviously we all know when he cut the king's head off, bro. That was such a crazy. I'm telling you, my jaw could have touched the damn floor. That's how wide my shit was like open.
Nigga, that shit happened. I said, what the fuck? I was not expecting.
There's no way he just did this in front of everybody. Bro, that nigga, and I guess they slatted him.
That nigga did it, put his sword down, said, that felt good. I said, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I guess he is dead. But yeah, that Vinland Saga is on a shit, and I can just sense a build up to like a next, I guess, war arc in the third season. I don't think we get any major wars in the second season because right now it's already like episode 8, 9. About to be 10. So I think it's just them kind of learning how the farm is, how the farm goes, maybe their stuff grows. I'm an episode ahead of Feeq, and the one I seen was kind of crazy in itself. But and that maybe lead to them to Thorf and teaching Ennard how to fight, and that be foreshadowing for like another war arc in the next season. But yeah, man, this Vinland Saga is crazy. It's really good. It's one of my favorite shows I'm watching right now.
Yeah, it's definitely up there for me. Oh, nah, I'll talk about it later on the next episode.
Yeah, but I guess with that being said, we can go ahead and get in that bag. Yeah, get our bag first. Yes, sir. So for this getting our bag session, so I have one off the top of my head that I want to get on air.
Okay.
So best villain group fits.
Oh, we doing that one?
Yes.
Best villain group fits. Okay.
Because the only reason why I'm saying that is because Jax, he was getting on me because I retweeted a comment that retweeted a post saying how the admirals like Justice, Jackets, and Fitz were are the best villain group
antagonists,
like best antagonist group fits in all of anime. And I was like, okay, yeah, I think that's like I agree in the moment. And then he brought up the Akatsuki, and I was like, I've heard like it's more iconic, but for me, like you can't be no suit. Like nigga suited and booted whooping your ass with this big ass clean clean white jacket on.
I will say that nigga Kizaru, that nigga be in that yellow suit.
In that yellow suit.
Kicking
niggas ass. Looking
hell.
clean. Shit, when they showed the green bull, nigga, clean. Fucking, even
Akainu. I hate that nigga, but
Akainu
with his Hawaiian ass.
Clean as fuck.
They be suited and booted, nigga. They be dressed like they going
Even,
to the Met Gala.
Okiji, when he had the
blue suit.
vest and the white pants.
And he had the sleeping, fucking sleep.
The sleepwear on. You not beating that. Like, I understand the like iconic Akatsuki red cloud. I get that. Hell, even if you want to argue like the Saiyans, like when they first came to Earth and that armor. Shit and their armor, you could argue that. You're not beating no nigga in a clean ass suit with a clean ass white coat whooping your ass with justice on the back. I don't think you beating that.
I think the best antagonist dressed, if we're talking about purely dress wise, we're not talking about iconic, because at that point it's the Katsuki, because every fucking anime apparel is gonna have that damn cloud on it. That godforsaken fucking cloud is on everything that's anime, and it'll be looking good, but it's like, god damn, bro, is that the only fucking logo y'all know how to use? But outside of like being iconic, just fits. I want to say, I think top one for me is the Port Mafia from Bungo Stray Dogs. That nigga, they be dressed. That nigga Chuya. Hold on, bro. Let me see. Let me show you this picture. That nigga be suited. That's what Chuya is. They be dressing like old gangsters.
Like, on some Peaky Blinders type shit.
Yeah, that's how they, let me see.
On Boardwalk Empire type shit.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture real quick. But this is how they be dressed. So I'll say Port Mafia is one.
Okay.
The Admirals, obviously.
Someone else, Jax, he brought up the Phantom Troop, and I was like, okay.
I don't think the Phantom Troop's the best dress at all. And this is coming from a nigga who loves Hunter x Hunter. Crollo, that nigga's dressed. That nigga may be one of the best dressed.
Crollo, which one was that again?
The one who he got like a puffer trench coat with the not flare, but the
with the fur.
Yeah, he dressed. He be dressed down,
brain fur.
Dressed up.
That was drip.
Yeah. But them as a whole, nigga, Uvo is in a fucking shorts and a tank top. That nigga's not dressed up. Who else? I think that Spada from Bleach. I don't know all the groups from Bleach. I ain't finished with Bleach, so y'all can correct me.
Yeah, Jax brought them up too, and I was like, okay, I see. But
they dress
again. I'm going back to the argument of you getting whooped by a nigga in a clean ass suit. With a clean ass, is this clean? Like they clean cut niggas whooping your ass, like, and they all stepping out to a T.
Mm-hmm. And then if we add on outside of just fits, I think you can say like how much impact that group has. I won't say power scaling wise, but if one person from that group shows up, you're like, damn, we fucked. I will say the Admirals, and granted, I still have not watched Bleach. I'll say that. Still have not watched Bleach. Finished it at least. But the Admirals, those niggas show up. Nigga, when Kizaru showed up in Sabaody, everybody said, holy fuck. When he asked that nigga Hawkins, he said, have you ever been kicked at light speed? And kicked that nigga to hell. He kicked that nigga to hell.
Nah, he did.
Nah, so I'll say that. I'll say impact mixed with just appearing. Admirals may have it, and after that, I might give it to the Katsuki.
Yeah, Hell, I would argue like the Doflamingo pirate family was better dressed than the Akatsuki.
Don Kill the Flamingo. Let me see.
Them niggas were more dripped out than
Them niggas was
Akatsuki.
dripped. Them niggas was dripped. I'm trying to think who. Okay, so who else is anime villain groups? We got the Saiyans. We got the Katsuki. We got niggas from Bleach. Shit, the Upper Moons from Demon Slayer. That nigga Kaza. We got the Poor Mafia. We got, I'm trying to think, Monster Association from One Punch. We got, what other shows have I seen? I don't know.
It's a League of Villains.
League of Villains, yeah.
But again, they not really dripped.
They was okay. I'll say they was dripped when they joined the Liberation Army.
Okay.
When they joined that, and that nigga Shigaraki had that trench coat on, there they was. It's just something about a trench coat on an anime nigga, on an anime character that just made them look cold. It's something about that.
Yeah, I agree. They were dripped for that, but I just don't think you being someone that's like clean, and what really does it is that giant white justice coat. You're not beating that. You getting beat by a big ass Buddha with a justice on his back in Sengoku. You not beating that in terms of drip. But yeah, if and I'm pretty sure we're definitely forgetting other. Oh, what about the 10 Commandments?
Nah.
They might have more dripped out.
They ain't more. It's a lot. I think it's a lot of people more dripped out than them. I'm trying to.
What about any gang in Tokyo Revengers?
Any gang in Tokyo Revengers?
Like I'm like Valhalla, but I'm like them niggas just got on puffer jackets.
It's one gang from the manga. Them niggas was dripped out. I don't think they've animated them. Actually, I know they haven't. They got these red. I'm pretty sure it's red trench coats. Them niggas was dripped. I'll say that. Them niggas was dripped out.
Okay, I guess I gotta see them.
Yeah, I still won't say they're better than like the other groups we said, like the Katsuki and Admirals and them. But yeah, I can't really think of any other big anime groups. I know I'm forgetting some few.
Right, I'm like, I feel like we're forgetting
some. It's one group in the front of my brain. I just can't remember who.
Trying to look some up.
I'm trying to think. Hunter.
Ooh, I guess. What about them niggas from Tokyo Ghoul?
Oh, Algiri Tree.
Yeah,
they was kind of dripped out. They was kind of dripped. They ghoul mask.
Yes,
they might be.
The ghoul mask did it.
They might be up there.
I think so too.
They low key. I'm looking at their picture. They might be. They was dripped.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. What about the villains from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
I was just looking at them. Low key. They was a little dripped out. Lust and greed carried them.
For
Full Metal. What about CP9 from One Piece?
CP9, no. CP0, again, they all clean in a white suit. Clean in a white suit. They special agents. They special agents of the government, nigga. In terms of like prestige and drip, you not really topping that. I'm thinking like clean cut, and they just whooping your ass. But I think y'all let us know what y'all think. We'll probably post another poll on that as well and get y'all's reactions on that. But yeah, did you have another get our bag question or
Nah.
not really? Okay, that was a good get our bag.
I like that one because that really made me think. Because I'm really just thinking about when Kizaru pulled up to Sabaody. That shit was madness. That whole sequence of episodes had me on the edge of my seat.
It was because it was after the time skip. You're excited to see everybody together. Then he show up, and you're like, oh, because you first saw him.
No, that was before time skip.
Was it?
Because remember, he showed up, and then Kuma showed up and started knocking niggas off the wall.
Because I was like, you seen him at Paramount War.
Yeah.
But I don't think he really did anything.
Yeah. This was your introduction to him. And then Kuma showed up, and then it was Paramount. It was Amazon Lily, then Paramount War. Well, Amazon Lily, Impel Down, Paramount War. Marine Ford, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole sequence of him, and then because Sabaody, that's when Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon. Yes. So it was already insane.
Insanity.
Then Kizaru showed up because he like, why you punch the Celestial Dragon?
Come on, man. I ain't trying to do it to you. Because Kizaru is like, he's like I had an analogy, but it literally just left me. But he's like one of them niggas where it's like, he the crazy nigga. He the crazy nigga from the like, I guess the group of the villains, because he the one that laugh in your face. He's like, nigga, why you gotta do that? Like, now you gotta maybe whoop your ass and will mop you.
Yeah,
he will mop you. So
because he showed up, and then Kuma showed up, and then everything went to
shit.
I won't say no more because I know some people that are watching it are near that point. But nigga, that shit had me going insane. I was stressed as fuck those episodes.
Yeah. But with that being said, we can get to our last section. This is the redacted rules. So for those who don't know who those are, if you're new listeners, this section will give a rule of life to live by. And I believe it's my turn, or is it yours?
I don't know. Okay, we can both give a rule.
Right,
I already said it.
So my rule is, show your appreciation for your loved ones. It doesn't take much to show your friends, your loved ones, your family that you appreciate them, and it can be in any way that you're able to do it. It's something that's special to them. Whether it's giving them a card or calling them to check in and just telling them, that you love them. Just show your appreciation for those people, because you never know what they're going through. And it may just take those words of affirmation and words of encouragement to, get them to that next step.
And then for my redacted rule, I think it'll be kind of expanding on that. It's going to be all call people. Everybody, you can sometimes get so caught up in your day to day and like saying, "Oh, this text will be enough," but really call people. Calling goes a long way, and it clears up any miscommunication with anything, because people can really understand what your tone is. Because some people don't know how other people, like, I don't want to say talk regularly, but sometimes things can get misconstrued over text. Like sometimes you may not send an emoji and niggas think you mad. You're like, bro, I was just texting you back fast. Like it's not. You
may send the same sentence, but if one got a period, the person may think you serious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I'm just sending a message.
I'm using a proper sentence. Like, I'm not angry.
No, it's just different little things like that you got to worry about. Whereas, like, you're on the phone, you don't have to worry about that. You can just...
Yeah, you can hear my voice.
You can hear my voice and feel the tone in my words that I'm saying and get the message that way.
Yeah, so that's my redacted rule. Use your phone and call people. It goes a long way.
Yeah, especially if you need information like that moment. Like, if I need something that day, like for someone, I don't really text. I try to call, especially if I know the person. If I know they're not really good texters. Like if you're a good texter, I know that like I'm more inclined to text you if you respond fast. But even that, sometimes like if I need it right then, I'll still call them. Because like you can pick up the phone, like you can see me calling you. You can miss a text, and I'm using air quotes because you can miss a text, but you can purposely miss a phone call. Like you not just not answering that shit. You picking my shit up there. But with that being said, it's been another episode of Redacted Show, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us for another episode. Make sure y'all rate us a 5-star. Share us. With your friends and family. I don't think we said this in the other ones, but happy 1 year to us. 1 year on the show, man. It's been going on. We just gonna keep doing it. Keep making it bigger. Keep doing special things for y'all and put on this show. And with that being said, it's been your boy Dana Dane
and your boy Feeq.
Yeah, we out.
Peace. Oh, my voice crack.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fan, keeping all of the hoes on mute. Pull up perk, could be yellow with a brew. 48 for a quick burst. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice to the drop like ink. Chain came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mate. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic hoe making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe on my payroll. I get active at night then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Struck in my soup, I believe it was Mako. Got my Soviet clutching a Draco. It was bacon, we taking your cake though. I got the tree like a poplar. Bango. I've been at Tim, ain't no hang though. Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot.